A soulmate, your shadow, your desired partner may have said to you, I just want to be friends. No, it will never again be just friendship or just an affair, and you feel there's more, something else is there. You don't quite believe him or her. But you waver, is it just an illusion? Wishful thinking on your part? A fantasy that he wants more? Um, and then the other side comes up again where you think, oh, right. Um, yeah, maybe that's really the case. Maybe he really does want more and just hasn't said it yet. And that's when you want to know, is it true that the person you're thinking of, your soulmate, your desired partner, only wants friendship or an affair? Or maybe he told you, no, I don't want anything anymore, neither one nor the other. And as you know, when it comes to the collective, I always have to approach it a bit broadly, but we'll focus on the most prominent energy that wants to show itself, the energy of the present moment to answer the question. Is it true that he only wants friendship, an affair, or, well, nothing more from you? That's what we're going to look at now. Or is there actually something else behind it? Or is there more that he perhaps doesn't want to say? As I said, we're tapping into the energy of the present moment, the most prominent energy that wants to show itself in the collective, and we'll just do a little oracle reading together now. And you know, clarity is always guaranteed for you here. And a very warm and loving hello to all of you. A truly wonderful, loving, and warm hug to you all. You are all so fantastic. What you give me every day in the collective, in the comments, is amazing. It's breathtaking for me. And every day it's a beautiful gift that you give me. Also in the personal consultations, it's so wonderful what you show me. Your trust, whether here in the collective or in the personal consultations. The trust you give me is a great gift for me, and I appreciate it from you more than words can say. And now I'd say let's get started and take a look what's really going on there. But collective readings can't resonate with everyone. In collective readings, the person cards are always gender neutral. You adapt it for yourselves, for your own situation. And also make sure to take from a collective reading only what fits your situation and simply ignore the rest. But there is always some puzzle piece meant for you, some kind of clue. And I know you do this absolutely fantastically. So now let's go. So what does it look like over there? Okay. Then, yes. All right. Let's take a look. Let's see if that works. Yes. Okay, wait. We have the sound issue again. All right. Sound is on. So closer. Okay. Then let's take a look. We could light another candle. All right. Now it's cozy in here. Okay, your special someone, your counterpart, your desired partner. Is it true that he only wants friendship, an affair, or no relationship with you at all? Is this statement he or she made true? What is going on inside him or her? Ah, all right. What's going on inside him or her is a really big topic. No, it's not just about sexuality. No, I want to say that right away because usually it's like you immediately see, sexual sensuality. Okay? No, for people of the heart, this is about balance, about inner equilibrium from this energy. And it's about the fact that he's also searching to be at peace with himself. But it's also about forgiveness and harmony here. That's what's occupying his mind. Now we're at the question, is it true? And something is blocking you there because that's what's occupying him or her internally. Harmony, yes, romance, the sexuality as well, but that's not the only decisive factor. Is it really about forgiveness here? Maybe forgiveness of oneself? But it's really about inner balance. The inner balance with oneself being at peace, in harmony, united with oneself. And a big topic here is also longing. So that's what's occupying him internally. And now let's take a look at what's really struggling there, what's actually going on. Well, I have to say the card really speaks for itself, doesn't it? We have the ring. And, or rather, what I also want to add, what's really important is that this card also shows that something inside him just isn't right. We also have the cold. And that could mean that either last winter or the winter before that, something happened within him. The change, right? That during the cold season, as I said, no matter when it was, something happened. When it comes to harmony, deep longing, and a sense of inner balance, it seems that something important is simply not in equilibrium anymore. So now we have the ring. What is occupying him or her is a partnership, the sense of completeness, a connection with you. Here, we are in the energy directed towards you. There is definitely something on his mind, but it has to do with the relationship. Maybe he kept running away, saw it as an obligation, a commitment, and couldn't go through with it. But contrary to that, he kept telling you, I don't want that, right? That doesn't fit. You can already tell yourself that something here is absolutely inconsistent with what he's saying, whatever exactly is still going on beneath the surface. Clarity, as I said, we're going to dive completely deep into this. But a major issue for him is really the connection. And that's also the area that concerns you. He can't let go. Something is on his mind over and over and over again. And he's just going around in circles. And it's also like with something here, he's going to bring it to a close. And let's not assume here that he's signing a contract or anything like that, okay? It's really about the connection. We're in the area here that concerns connection, the connection with you, whether it's the truth. So his inner world, that's what you probably don't see on the outside, what's going on inside him. Connection. And there something is coming to a close. It's also like, there's something here that's still coming into balance, that's also coming into this connection. So what else do we have? We have the stars. Wow. Yes, I'll tell you right now, it's on his mind, especially in the evenings he gets into this longing. Again, we have completeness. That's what keeps occupying him. Fulfillment. His inner world, that's what's going on inside him. As I said, what he shows or says outwardly is different. But he's gaining more and more clarity here. He's undergoing a transformation. He is becoming increasingly clear. And here too, he wants to move toward abundance. Abundance when it comes to a relationship, a connection. And from this movement, it already looks quite optimistic to me that he is moving toward confidence. But for him, something here is really at stake. But he also senses that something fits. Inside himself, there is something here where he actually knows maybe it's about a path, a decision that he actually feels good about taking this path, about making this decision. This is the card of happiness. He is also reaching for his happiness here. He senses where he is happy, what brings him happiness. And in terms of action, this card means now. Now, the time is right now. Now, something is moving inside him right now. So, let's take a look. It already sounds really exciting. What's going on there? All right, let's take a look. Ah, interesting.
You definitely occupy his thoughts. It's a really big topic. Yes, some people might have just noticed the other woman and so on. Oh God, there's someone else. I can already reassure you now. This woman is in a category for me that's far from anything positive. Well, it could also be a man, you know what I mean? So with that in mind, a clear sign. Once again, we have the influence of others, outside influences. I sense the stress factor. All the pressure is on him. No, we're not talking about pressure in his pants. The pressure is coming from outside. There's conflict, there are disagreements, there are various issues he's dealing with. What? Another relationship? Maybe he's still in a relationship and said, no, I just want to be friends, right? No, I don't want a relationship. But it could also be an ex-partner. The ex-partner has still left traces here. And that really hit hard. And that's what he's always been running away from. Running away is a really, really big issue here. But this running away is something he really can't keep up anymore, because I see the thoughts directed toward you very clearly, the thoughts about you again and again. The longing is also shown here, this inner conflict, this longing. There's real heartache there too. For some of you, yes, maybe he broke your trust. Maybe he didn't tell you that he's still in a relationship or that he's in contact with another woman. That's quite possible. At least that's how it shows up here. But collectively, right? Because whether it's about another person here or about the ex, there's something he hasn't told you, something that's weighing on him. What's going on? What's completely stressing him out? What's burdening him? Where there are always discrepancies, constant arguments, misunderstandings, trouble. But he made a secret out of what's really going on with him. He told you, no, I don't want a relationship. No, that's not true. I can clearly see that statement as a lie as well. It's not true. It's because those traces are still there and he keeps the little fool. I really have to put it that way. Please don't hold it against him, but he's really still clinging to the experiences from back then. It could also be that this comes from a buddy who was also in a relationship once and it went terribly wrong, He's somehow holding on to that. No, it's all nothing. It's all nonsense. Definitely no relationship, just friendship only. It's definitely not just about sex for him. Absolutely not. I can tell you that very clearly here. He or she is actually completely insecure, totally restless, jittery in this area, because he senses, this is what I mentioned to you earlier, which is already being shown here, that you are actually the perfect counterpart for him, but he's too afraid to go through all of it again. I can also see with you that you have truly experienced the pain, the hurt, the disappointment from him or her. As I said, maybe something came out afterwards that you didn't know about, where you think, why did he do that to me? I trusted him after all. Suddenly, I am faced with disappointment. So it's not just about him that we're now putting a protective hand over him here, or I am in this reading, but it's the same for you. You've been in uncertainty the whole time and he made a secret out of it, but maybe it was also the case that you had or have contact and that's being kept secret. But now it's like this. He told you that he built up a protective wall and told you, no, I just want friendship, right? And from that friendship, no, it definitely won't go beyond that. I don't feel anything anymore. Or in a relationship, no, if it's over, then it's over, right? But that's not the case anymore. No, he only said that completely. That's a source of stress for him, this, oh God, if something goes wrong, but above all, it's not just that he's panicking about getting hurt, about experiencing it all over again himself, but he also sees himself as actually not really capable of being in a relationship. Maybe he also sees it that way, or he tells himself, I can't have a relationship at all. I can't do it. I'm too stupid for it. Those are his mistaken views, his wrong thoughts, wrong actions, wrong behaviors. He's messed up a lot. That's just how it is. But now it's like this. All the mess he made keeps catching up with him. And specifically in that area, because he actually wants more from you. Yes, that's a misunderstanding in communication, in your connection, in love. He didn't tell you what he really feels. Didn't say what he truly wants. Because for him, it started very strongly. That's something that's been going on for a very, 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 very long time. And I'm telling you, it goes all the way back to his childhood, even his youth, Well, I can't tell you the exact age, but it goes back quite a ways. Harmony, the harmony, the sense of security, this longing for real love, for being able to let go. Now you're thinking, no, the way I met him, no, I don't really think so, Like I said, that's his inner self, which he really, has locked away like in a safe and keeps hidden like a treasure somehow. That's his secret. His secret is his fears. His secret is the experiences he's had in the past. How he was excluded, which always made him doubt himself again and again. And always missteps, wrong decisions. And also one or another hurt that he experienced as well. Like I said, some of this even goes back to his childhood. And deep down inside, there was always, no, I have to be strong. I have to be cold, right? No, definitely don't show too much emotion. Because if I show emotion, then I make myself vulnerable like a little child. That's how I reveal myself. That's how I always see him or her here. And that's the secret he or she has. Because inside, something completely different is being shown. Inside, he shows a sense of security. And from friendship, from the friendship, the connection in a friendship, whether you've ever been in a relationship or not, right? Whether you're in contact now, or it's just friendship, or there's no contact at all, no matter what he told you, a lot more has really developed again. That never stopped either. The love developed, even though he didn't want it to. He was hurting because he actually had doubts. Love doesn't exist. What nonsense, right? He had his own perspective, as I said, the wrong perspective, right? And then you came along and you touched the heart. And then it's like this, the stubborn mule. No, it's going to stay this way. No relationship. And above all, now there's a question of how to get out of this situation, right? He told you, or she doesn't want a relationship, just wants friendship. Or as I said, if it's over, then it's over. So, and now he's in this situation, no, actually, I want more, I love this woman. I love the person in front of me. He's really come to this realization in a big way. Now, because he feels that you gave him the harmony he didn't want to see. The whole time he didn't want to see it. He definitely pretended something else to you. And he feels that you give him harmony, you give him security, this connection. And yes, relationships are a big topic for him because it's also churning inside him. Because he knows, as I said before, you are the perfect counterpart. So, and now we're at the point of, oh God, how do I get myself out of this situation? How can I make this right again, How can I turn things around here? Because he's unsure whether you even want this anymore. Because jealousy and trust are really big issues here. There's some issue here that's crumbling or has crumbled, something that was on the verge of collapsing, something that was broken here. And that's what's causing the uncertainty now. Of course, I see that uncertainty. Can you even trust him or her again? And then your heart says, hey, but I still love him, right? You love him. Then your head comes in and says, yeah, but my trust was broken. I don't know if that will ever come back. And he knows it. The person opposite you knows it. I can tell you that for sure. And he's really doubting whether you even want to try again or if you want it at all. And above all, how can he go about it? So especially when it comes to communication, I can tell he's a bit insecure. If you're not in contact right now, you will be in touch again. And you'll notice that for him too, you might even find yourself smiling a little at times. You'll get some messages where you think, I really don't know what to make of this anymore. What do you even want from me? Right? It's like not green, not blue. It's something, some kind of mix, some multicolor, something maybe that he wrote to you, where you think, we're playing, a guessing game or what, right? So are we having a quiz round here now where I have to guess what it is you actually want from me? But that's because he really doesn't know how to deal with it. How is he supposed to package it for you in the best way? He keeps looking for an excuse. He's always searching for an excuse, and I can definitely tell you, he gets very inventive, very creative about it, always finding a new excuse. And also in a roundabout way, like through the back door or dropping hints, or as I like to say, through the flower bed. Yeah, my flower bed, right? That he always tries to get a little bit of information out because I see him as being very, very, very curious about you, So what are you doing? What are you up to? But he makes sure it's not too obvious. But actually, he's giving himself away completely, because I can already see you smiling a little here. And because you have no idea what this is all about, right? But somehow I'm telling you, it's really just adorable. So once again, regarding the question of whether he meant it seriously, whether it's true that he only wants friendship, or if it's over, then it's really over, or even no contact at all, or something like that, I can clearly see that's a lie. Absolutely not. There's a real storm going on inside him right now. What? Just take a look at this, my dears. What wonderfully beautiful cards we have here. Flowers. Yes, something is definitely happening. He's also always seeking your attention, isn't he? And it could also be that he sees the beauty in you, the wonderful experiences, and also what he wants to give you. It could also be that he actually brings you a gift, Maybe he won't say, I was at the store and picked this up for you, but instead he'll say, oh, look what I found, something like that, where you're also thinking, where do you even find things like this? But okay, just leave it at that, right? Because he really wants to surprise you here, And he'll also be very creative. And for you, I can tell you there are beautiful things you can look forward to. A new spring will truly blossom between the two of you, no matter what season it is. That's very important. I see a visit, and I also see harmony here. There will be harmony between you. And so just let it be, even if it's just friendship for now, okay? Just observe, just take it as it is for now. Because you'll also notice that there's more to it. The friendship is really just a facade, But you'll notice that there's more, because a lot of harmony is showing up between the two of you. It will keep moving more and more towards harmony. Yes. And then there will also be more activities together between the two of you. Here, everything that has been a secret will now also be made public. The contact with you, the relationship with you. Even if you have contact and it remains a bit of a secret at first, just let it be that way. Let it be. Because I see that it's really, really important for it to remain a secret for now, because that way you both will grow closer and it will come together. You two will unite with each other so closely that nothing can come between you. Then it will go public, and it won't matter what comes from outside, who tries to interfere, or anything else. Nothing will affect you, because you have formed this unity, right? A complete unity. That's what I see here in threefold form. So really something is definitely happening here. I see positive movement here. And yes, the social environment will no longer have any influence. It will be made public. And maybe something will come out, and at some point he'll tell you, look, back then it was like this and that, and I had this or that problem, That he will open up to you as well, all in due time. And then it will be the right moment, And yes, the facade will definitely start to crumble. And if we also include the internet here, then it also shows that there's this observation going on, maybe secretly checking a bit. Is there someone else? Because as I said, Ken's not sure about that anymore. He's totally unsettled when it comes to you. Now, here we have another time indication. But please, I keep repeating this because it's so important to me. You control the timing yourself. Don't hold me responsible if you say, no, you mentioned the time here and it didn't happen. That's entirely up to you. I can only give you the timing based on the current energy. But what you do with it is completely in your own hands, right? So we have a tendency here of about 3 months for real progress to happen, okay? Okay? Dear ones, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for watching. I also wish you all the very best from the bottom of my heart. Have a wonderfully beautiful rest of your day. Goodbye.